structure Windows 7 is, the Microsoft Windows 7 operating system is a 32 or 64-bit primitive multitasking client operating system for microprocessor implementing the Intel IA-32 and AMD 64 instruction set architectures. Microsoft corresponding server operating system, Windows Server 2008 R2, is based on the same code as Windows 7 but supports only the 64-bit. Windows 7 is the latest in a series of Microsoft operating systems based on its NT code, which replaced the early systems based on Windows 65 or 68. Windows 7 was primarily intended to be an incremental upgrade to Microsoft Windows, intended to address Windows Vista's poor critical reception while maintaining hardware and software compatibility. Windows 7 continued improvements on Windows Aero, the user interface introduced in Windows Vista, with the addition of a redesigned taskbar that allows applications to be pinned to it and new window management features. Other new features were added to the operating system, including libraries, the new file sharing system Homebrew, and support to multi-touch input. A new Action Center interface was also added to provide an overview of system security and maintenance information, and tweaks were made to the user account control system to make it less intrusive. Windows 7 also shipped with update version of several stock applications, including Internet Explorer 8, Windows Media Player, and Windows Media Center. Lastly, Windows 7 was generally praised by critics, who consider the operating system to be a major improvement over its predecessor due to its increased performance. Its more intuitive interface with particular praise devoted to a new taskbar.
Windows scheduling. MS-DOS is non-multitasking and as such did not feature a schedule. Windows 3.1 used a non-preemptive scheduler, meaning that it did not interrupt programs. Windows 95 introduced a rudimentary preemptive scheduler. Windows NT-based operating systems are multi-level feedback queue. 32 priority levels are defined. Give preference to short jobs. Give preference to I/O-bound processes. Quickly establish the nature of a process and schedule the process accordingly. All processes receive a priority boost after a wait event, but processes that have experienced a keyboard I/O wait get a larger boost than those experience a disk I/O wait. The scheduler ensures that the highest priority threads will always run. The portion of the Windows kernel that handles scheduling is called the dispatcher. A thread that's selected to run by the dispatcher will run until it preempted by a higher priority thread terminates time quantums and call a blocking system call such as I/O. If a higher priority real-time thread becomes ready while the top priority thread is running, lower priority thread will be preempted. This preemption gives a real-time thread prevention access to the CPU when the thread needs such access. Windows 7 feature. Windows 7 introduced a user mode scheduling (UMS) which allows application to create and manage threads independently of the kernel. Thus, an application can create and schedule multiple threads without involving the Windows kernel scheduler. Scheduling threads in user mode is much more efficient than kernel mode. Thank you.
So today I would like to talk about process synchronization in Windows 7. As we already know, process synchronization means sharing system resource by processors in a such way that concurrent access to shared data is handled in the chance of inconsistent data. So by maintaining data consistency demands mechanism to ensure synchronized execution of cooperative C process. So this is process synchronization in Windows 7. To synchronize, they use two states of synchronization object, either signal state or non-signal state. So signal state which is using object available and non-signal state using thread with block. The wait function allows a thread to block its own execution. So this is what they use in Windows 7. So we'll look in the object types are provided for synchronization in Windows 7. So there are a few types of that provided. So first, event, mutex, semaphore, and waitable timer. So event will notify one or more waiting threads that an event has occurred. So mutex on usually exclusive access, and semaphore maintains account between 0. So and waitable timer notifies one of the waiting threads, so that they will notify the waiting thread that So we look at other synchronization mechanisms that we use in Windows 7. So overlap meaning that synchronous or asynchronous. So asynchronous, so there are few of them, so many. So synchronization and multiprocessor issues. There are some issues in synchronization that usually occur. So first, thread priorities. There will be we have to consider there are two programs or two threads. One with a higher priority than the other. So on a single processor system, the higher priority thread will execute first, and lower priority thread will maybe not may be executed because the scheduler gives preference to higher priority thread. But on a multiprocessor system, both threads can run simultaneously, each on its own processor, because they have their own processor, so they may run both. And they have memory ordering. So memory ordering issues when a processor writes to a memory location, the value is fetched to improve performance. So they want to improve their performance. So the following synchronization function use the appropriate value. Because in this memory ordering, they use memory barrier instruction. So this is the memory barriers to ensure memory ordering. So the alpha function that enter on function. So we will look fixing a raise function. This is one of the issue. The following code So they use some code on a multiple executes. So they use some of code to catch computer value or IP to fixing arrays. And now they have their new functions of synchronizations in Windows 7. Set waitable timer X, try acquire srw lock exclusive, and try acquire srw lock check. So set waitable timer X activates the specified waitable timer and provides contact information for the timer. So when the due time arrives, the timer is signal and the thread that set the timer calls the optional completion. They do use everything. In this try acquire lock exclusive, in return value, if the lock is successfully acquired, the return value is non-zero. If the current thread could not acquire the lock, the return value is 0. It's the same as try acquire srw.check. The return value is the same. What we look here, the difference is exclusive and shared. So exclusive mode is more private and shared mode is more public that they can share. That's all.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurayana binti Adnan and my magic number is 046033. Today I would like to present about deadlock handling. What is deadlock? For Windows 7, deadlock is defined as the condition hang. A deadlock is caused when two or more threads come into conflict over some resource in such a way that no execution is possible. When an application creates a window on the desktop, it enters into an implicit contract with the Desktop Window Manager or DWM, post message into the thread-specific message queue. If the thread does not service the queue, messages are not processed and the window hangs. At this point, the user still cannot even terminate the application by clicking the X or close button would result in a WM close message. How to prevent deadlock in Windows 7? The first is lock ordering. Deadlock occurs when multiple threads need the same lock but obtain them in different order. Second is using deadlock detection. Okay, I already know that all computer and laptops get this deadlock problem. Deadlock is like when program is not responding. So that's all for me. Thank you. The second presentation is about file and directory structure. A directory structure of the Windows 7 OS are reviewed and changed search using Windows Explorer. Windows 7 incorporates a folder structure that promotes the categorization of the user's data. All of the folders where data is usually stored are now subfolders of the personal folder, which is usually identifiable by the user's name. The personal folder can be accessed from the Start menu, and any file that are being brought over from an older OS can be properly distributed. It should not fundamentally change, only be added to. Computers have used the folder metaphor for decades as a way to help users keep track of where something can be found. So the example of directory structure is okay. So this is the example of directory structure where we have all this. Okay. So that's all from me. Thank you.